Are you looking to move to Atlanta and you want to live in a neighborhood still ITP or inside the perimeter, but have a large lot and still be fairly close to in-town things? Well, you might want to consider Oak Grove. Let's talk all about living in Oak Grove right now. Hey guys, my name is Molly Sleznick. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I welcome you too. If you want to follow along, hit that like and subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you can be notified when I post a new video. But I am your walking, talking tour guide of all things here in the Atlanta area. I really strive to help those people, especially that are moving from out of state, get an inside peek of the different neighborhoods in the Atlanta area, and maybe you're just moving from the burbs of Atlanta and need some more education on the different neighborhoods in the in-town Atlanta area. But hey, I got your back. So anyway, here I am in Oak Grove. You're probably wondering, is that girl lost? No, I kind of feel like I am in a forest, but that is one thing I love about Oak Grove is they have tons and tons of trees. I'm actually here in Fraser Row Park. It is kind of on the southern edge of the Oak Grove area, right by their little commercial district of restaurants. So thought I would take a break here to start my day and talk a little bit about just like the specifics of Oak Grove. So you're probably wondering, where is Oak Grove anyway? So Oak Grove, you know, I've been covering a lot of the very in-town neighborhoods, and I wanted to take a step and show you something that's still inside the perimeter, but very close to all the in-town attractions. But the advantages of Oak Grove is that you can get a very big lot, a bigger home, and you get a lot more for your money out here. So anyway, I'll put up some maps here. So keep in mind, Oak Grove isn't like some of the in-town areas where they have very distinct lines that make up that neighborhood. Oak Grove is more of kind of a vicinity. So I'm going to give you kind of the rough points of where Oak Grove is on a map. So it borders I-85 on the north, so you have really quick access to I-85, and then on the west side you have Sagamore Hills, and then right next to it is Claremont Road, which is kind of a main artery into the city as well. And then on the south side you're kind of bordered by La Vista Road, and then on the other side you have Briar Vista. So that kind of makes up the Oak Grove boundaries as far as getting around in the Atlanta area. So a drive to the airport is probably going to take you about 30 minutes. Now, if you're looking to get to downtown, if you work in that area, or maybe you just want to go out to Midtown for some drinks or nightlife, you're looking around 20-25 minutes to get over there. Buckhead is really probably 12 to 15 minutes at the most, so you're pretty close to Buckhead. And then I always mention this area as a good place to live if you're working over at Emory, the CDC, or the Children's Hospital, because you're really between 10 to 13 minutes to get over there. And as far as shopping is concerned, your best bet is to, I think, go over to Toco Hills, which is at the intersection of North Druid Hills Road and La Vista Road. And that's a huge shopping center. I'll show you a little bit of that later, but it has tons of little casual restaurants and Spiller Park Coffees over there, which I love, and it has a Publix and it has a Kroger, so you can do all of your grocery shopping there. If you maybe live on the opposite side of Oak Grove, then you might want to consider going shopping over by the North Lake Mall. There's a Publix and a Kroger over there. If you hop north of I-85, there is a Sam's Club if you are into that, but also you have all of your Buckhead shopping, all the malls, that kind of stuff. I mean, that's really close by as well. So great location to everything. You had to drive a little bit to get to any of these locations, but you're still within a reasonable distance to everything. If you're wondering what the schools are, so Oak Grove has really, really good schools. Oak Grove Elementary is a fantastic elementary school. Henderson Middle is the middle school, and then Lakeside High School. So Henderson Middle is kind of not that great, but for lack of a better way to put it, a lot of the middle schools in the Atlanta area just aren't great. I think that's just citywide. I don't know why that is, but the Lakeside High School is very, very good, and So definitely check that out. If you're wanting to go on more of the private sector, there are some good private schools around here. Cliff Valley is located right off of Claremont Road. I know a lot of people that send their kids there. It's expensive, but I've never heard anything bad about that school. It's really, really good. There is St. Pius Catholic High School right off of I-85. There's also a Globe Charter School here in the neighborhood. Now, it's not a private school. It is a public charter school, but it is a lottery system. So you do have to apply to get into that one. As far as what's around this area, there's not as much as, you know, some of these in-town neighborhoods kind of have their main attraction. Here, I'd say they just have a few nature trails like the one I'm in. They have a couple of other parks like Charles McDaniel Park. They do have a couple of pools, swim and tennis community clubs. So I'll show you an example of that here a little bit later. Otherwise, you're going to be in the car driving to different spots. But the beauty of living here is that you can get so much more for your money here. And so it's a trade-off, you know? So if you want that bigger house and you don't have to pay $2 million for it, yeah, you get a more reasonable priced home, but then you're gonna have to drive a little further to get to different places. But since you have such quick access to I-85, you can really pop on there and get anywhere in town really, really quickly. So in terms of homes, like what kind of homes are here? Well, there's a lot of newer construction around here and big homes, like think 4,000 square feet. There's some areas that have like 8,000 square foot homes. So if you're looking for a huge home, this might be the place for you. And the price ranges vary. There's also a ton of ranch homes. So some of the ranch homes are going to be in the 500s to 700s. But if you're looking at the big homes that were built, you know, either early or mid 2000s, you're probably looking over just 1.1, 1.2 million. I saw one that recently sold for like 1.6. That was kind of like the highest sales price in the recent months. But as far as what the median sales price is in this area, it is $680,000, and that's on a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. Really a teardown, not a teardown, but like a fixer-upper starts in the low 400s. So that kind of gives you a perspective of price range. There's really not a lot of townhomes or condos. They don't really exist around here, so I won't even touch on what the median sales price is for those. So I think the next thing to do is just to go show you some of the homes. So let's go check them out next. All right, you guys, this is a gorgeous fall day, so I can't think of anything better to do than check out homes with y'all. So I want to show you an example of a home that is in the higher price range of Oak Grove. So I'm kind of in the northern section of the Oak Grove area, so closer to I-85 access. But I mean, just look at these streets, like super wide. All the neighbors have tons of space, tons of yard space. You're not cramped together like you are in the in-town neighborhoods. So tons and tons of room. So here's an example of a home that sold for $1,550,000. It's a 6-bedroom, 6.5-bath home. Check it out right here. It has a 3-car garage, which it feels foreign to me, for me to say a 3-car garage. You just don't find that in the in-town areas much. But this, let me show you some interior photos, but you'll see this has a good sized living room area. There's actually multiple living areas, and it has a chef's kitchen, a huge primary bedroom with a sitting area, nice bathroom, and this huge basement area and a pool. So you get a ton of space. This is over 5,000 square feet of space. So if you want a big home, Oak Grove is definitely a place to consider. Now, I mentioned there's a lot of ranch homes and these custom built homes that are, you know, kind of traditional in style, but there's also some modern homes. So let me go find a modern home example that I can show you. All right, I promised you I would show you a couple of modern home examples. So let me take you up here a little bit, and there's a couple of moderns right in a row. So here's one of them. And it's kind of funny because on the other side, you have a ranch home. So there's still some ranch homes in this area. Like I said, they've been tearing a lot down, putting up some new gigantic homes. But here's another one right up here. It's kind of like its twin right there. And then even right there, they're building a bigger one. And so that builder I know builds a little bit here and there in the Oak Grove area, but there you have it. There's a couple examples of some modern homes in the Oak Grove area. So one of the parks I mentioned was Charles McDaniel Park. It's right here. It's kind of in the northern section of Oak Grove. It's actually right next to the Globe Academy. I'm not gonna get too close. There's a bunch of kids playing, so I don't wanna get them on film, but here it is. Cute little park. I mentioned Oak Grove have some community pools, so this is one of them. This is the Echo Ridge Swim and Tennis Center. It is a private neighborhood pool, so you do have to pay and apply, but they're obviously shut down for the season, but they have a great swimming pool area with some slides. You can kind of see them in the background there, and there's some tennis courts, some playground equipment. So really, just to be eligible, you have to live within a 5-mile radius. So if you live on like the southern side of Oak Grove, you might be able to look into the Twin Lakes Swim and Tennis Center, and that has different parameters of, you just have to live within the parameters of that area. So that might be another option for you. There is a wait list to get into that community swim and tennis pool area, but you have a couple different options in the Oak Grove neighborhood. All right, so I'm walking in a neighborhood, and this is probably one of my favorite stretches of the Oak Grove area. You get these really wide streets, and look at those pine trees. They are so tall. It's very, very quiet around here, not a lot of cars, and you get all these different custom homes. So like here's a modern one, check that one out. And then on the other side, another custom home. Let me walk up some more. And I would say in terms of hilliness, it really just depends on the street. There's a lot of flat roads, but there are some hills, like all of Atlanta. But here's another one. All right, let me keep going. And if you haven't noticed, all of these lots are so big. So here's another one. These are all very custom. So even though you feel like you're living in the suburbs, it's not cookie cutter like the suburbs. So that's what I love. Every home is very custom made. And a lot of these neighborhoods, what has happened is there used to be a ton of ranch homes, and you can still find a ton of ranch homes. You're gonna see some throughout this video, but they tore a lot of these down and then built these massive homes on them. So again, another one right here. Look at that one. All right, let me walk a little further, and I'm going to show you an example of a home that just sold a little over $1 million. Okay, so I want to show you a home that just sold for just over $1 million, $1,095,000, and it was a 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath home, 3,600 square feet. It does have a garage, or no, yeah, it does have a garage, and it has a pool too. So here's the home. See, it has a nice open living room with a beautiful kitchen, good sized bedroom. With a nice, clean, white, bright bathroom. And then just look around, you'll see like their neighbor next door is a ranch next door, and then again, like another custom build over there. So again, beautiful street, quiet, and very family friendly. Okay, so now I want to show you an example of something on the lower end of the budget, and primarily you're going to find homes in the $500 to $700K range. They're going to be either a ranch or a split level ranch, and that's just typical of this area. I'm just laughing because I can hear kids screaming in the background over at the Globe Academy, so they're having fun, which, hey, it's a nice day. But I want to show you an example here. So here is a ranch home. This sold for $600,000. It's a 4.2, it's just over 1,500 square feet. So it's on the smaller side, but it has a very well updated kitchen. The living room is a little bit smaller. The primary bedroom is a little bit smaller. It does have a very nice primary updated bathroom, and an awesome, cool backyard. And it does have a 2-car garage. So that's what you can kind of expect in the 600K range. There are some larger ranch options. They're probably going to be in the higher 6s to upper or to the mid 700s. So there you go. There's an example of a ranch home. You hear that? You don't? That's because it's quiet. It's very quiet out here. I had mentioned earlier that Oak Grove was like you're in the suburbs, but you don't have all the cookie cutter homes. Well, I kind of fibbed a little bit because I am in a little community right here that has kind of cookie cutter homes. There are small little pockets, but not that many. It is that time. It is time to drive around the neighborhood, just show you some homes, show you the streets. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. I am outside Oak Grove's little neighborhood shopping center. It's small, and I'll show it. The lighting's not very good when I stand this way, but it's right back here, and they have a taqueria, El Vecino. It has some great tacos. There's a Kitchen 6 that is more like a chic, upscale, new American food. And then right on the corner, right over here, you have to check this place out. It's called Oak Grove Market. And I don't know why, I've lived here 10 years and I just discovered this place like, I don't know, 4 months ago. I've driven by it a million times, just never stopped. And they have the best selection of meats, produce, baked goods, and then they do their own fresh breakfast sandwiches. They have lunch menu options. They have dinner options that you can order online and pick up to take home to eat. And then I forgot to mention, there is this Grove, which is kind of a family-friendly, casual food like burgers, wraps, that kind of thing. So they've got quite a few selections. And then across the street, so this is La Vista Road, and then Oak Grove Drive is kind of the intersection of where this is. If you go catty corner, there's a few more restaurants, Fellini's. There's a restaurant called Sprig, which is another kind of casual but upscale new American fare. So they've got a cute little selection of places to eat at. I'm actually going to go hit up Oak Grove Market right now because I got to see what I need to take home with me. I had to get these. I couldn't resist. Look at these cute little whoopie pies. And they're not all for me, they're for my kids, I promise. Okay, I wanted to show you the Toco Hills shopping center real quick just because it's a major go-to place for restaurants, your grocery shopping. I mean, it's huge, and it's not specific to Oak Grove in particular. It's really all the different surrounding neighborhoods flock to this area to do their shopping. But it has this Ulta that just opened up. There's a taco place right here on the corner, and they just have a lot of great casual restaurants and Spiller Park coffees here, and they've got all your grocery shopping, your Publix, and they have a Kroger, which has a really good kosher section if you're looking for kosher items. So let's take a look at the entire place. Now I am outside the White House. Just kidding. But really, it's called the Atlanta White House. I mean, check this out. So there's a builder here in town. He built a 3/4 replica of the White House, and it was his primary home. He no longer lives there. He built this in the early 2000s, and it's now sold to someone else. But his name is Fred Milani, and he's actually a big builder in the Oak Grove area, and he builds a lot of huge custom homes. But anyway, I had to throw this in here because, I mean, where else can you find a mini replica of the White House? All right, you guys, that is all for me today. That was your tour of Oak Grove. Hanging out with the spiders here. Yeah, it's about Halloween time. But I love Oak Grove. I just think it's very peaceful, and it's a little sanctuary from being in the hustle and bustle of the city, but you're still 20 minutes away from downtown. So hey, if Oak Grove wasn't your jam, stay tuned because I will be posting more videos of different neighborhoods in the Atlanta area. But if you have any questions, whether you're thinking about moving tomorrow or next year, feel free to put any questions you have in the comments box below, or you can call, text, or shoot me an email. I would love to hear from you and help you out. But till next time, you guys, I am going to soak up the last of this fall sunshine and enjoy the rest of my day. So I'll see you around the neighborhood. Bye.